Chapter 1. "How long have you been out of work, Mrs. Karry?" Joyce squirmed in her seat as she answered the unemployment benefits interviewer. "It's been about 3 weeks now." She'd prayed a lot in the 3 weeks since her layoff. Despite the warm weather that day, she'd worn a heavy blue cotton dress and a long-sleeve jacket. With her Christian upbringing, she'd never appear in public with her flesh exposed, no matter how hot it got. Hell was hotter, she'd always say. She didn't quite feel comfortable with her interviewer. He was as slow as a turtle with arthritis. He even spoke slowly. He was also pasty-colored and wore a ridiculous cheap blonde toupee, slicked down to appear more costly. What was worse was that human turtle had made a ludicrous assumption about her. After all, she'd spent time and effort to fill out the mountain of forms using flawless penmanship, and he had yet to take a peep at it. "It's Miss Karry," Joyce said slowly, fighting to keep from chewing on her bottom lip that poked out. "It says it right there on the first page that I'm a single woman." "Of course you are," the interviewer replied, after scanning her slowly up and down, side to side like an MRI machine. He pushed his glasses further down upon his small yet freckled hook nose, as though to get an even better look. "Forgive me," he replied, frowning. "I don't see how I could have made such an assumption that you'd be married." "Excuse me?" Joy's hand remained in her lap, but she could feel the blood pulsating through it as it struggled to morph into a fist. She wanted to knock him out, and then maybe pray him back. The interviewer, obviously used to threats real and imagined, didn't respond further. Instead, the man finally began thumbing through Joy's paperwork. Silently, like the wolf in the Three Little Pigs fairy tale, he huffed, puffed, and appeared ready to blow away Joy's peace of mind. Joy's dark moon-shaped face began sparkling with perspiration at the same time, dampening her curly raspberry wig du jour. While the interviewer contorted his face, she'd slid both hands under the weight of her heavy pocketbook, using it much like a paperweight, hummed her hymns, and whispered her prayers. She also thought about Patience, and wondered how she might be faring 2 cubicles over, also applying for the unemployment benefits. Though they shared the same home, the two hadn't been the same since the afternoon Joy came through the door to say she too had been laid off. The sudden shopping sprees, restaurant hopping several times a week, and their beloved QVC shopping network were things of the past. 2 cubicles over, Joy's cousin, Patience Kash, sat as still and as stiff as a statue. Being thin as a rail made her appear that way, no matter how she sat. She swept aside her long brown hair she normally kept hidden under a scarf. Today, the tresses peeked out as though they wanted to be a part of whatever was going on. She'd also worn a long pink skirt and matching top, with sleeves stopping at the elbow. Her shoes, pocketbook, and even her cell phone case were pink. She loved being coordinated, and could care less if folks thought she overdid it at times. Patience squirmed in her seat, making just enough noise to gain attention. She placed one hand under the chin of her elongated, mocha-colored face, while her thick glasses perched precariously on the tip of her pointy nose. She peered over her glasses at the young black man, going over her paperwork slowly with a pen. He pointed the tip of his pen line by line, and seemingly word by word, as though he were reading a novel. Waiting for the man to finish his methodical read, she looked at the panel-frosted glass cubicle toward where Joy had gone. She said nothing, but began to remember, as she'd done almost daily since her layoff, how things were when she worked. "I'm almost finished," the young interviewer finally told Patience. "I'm just trying to find one more item." "No rush," Patience replied with just a hint of cynicism, and then